She was clearly a hunter who preyed on men, yet disguised herself as innocent prey. For every target she locked onto, she would tailor a brand new identity for herself. From name and education to life story, each resume was rehearsed over and over, until even her tone and pauses were flawless. That day, dressed meticulously to match her target's tastes, she slung a canvas bag emblazoned with NASA over her shoulder. She entered a mall, sliding her green coat off her shoulders. As they passed, she deliberately bumped into him.
Are you in line?
No, I got the wrong drink.
Anticipating his interest, she timed it perfectly. To create a second encounter, he took the bait. He introduced himself as Oliver. She said her name was Ciara. They bought coffee together. During casual conversation, they discovered many similarities. Both had moved around frequently as children. Both had relocated just a week prior for work. Before parting, Oliver invited her to meet at a bar in a few days. Ciara gladly agreed and saved his number in her phone. In her eyes, Oliver was already firmly within her grasp, but she didn't know that while he selected his prey, the prey was also selecting him. Ciara wasn't the only hunter. Oliver was one too. Ciara had forged her identity, and Oliver too had two names, Oliver Janice and Oliver Kennedy. On their date, he chose the Kennedy persona. At the bar, Ciara still wore that green coat. A waitress approached them, greeted Oliver familiarly, and Ciara promptly asked, "First time we met. You said you'd only read this far, but that waitress just now, she seemed very familiar with you." Her attention to detail far exceeded Oliver's expectations. He could only improvise, saying he wanted to explore the city with her, asking if they could get to know each other anew.
Hi.
Hi.
As their conversation unfolded, they clicked more and more. Ciara deliberately brought up why she was obsessed with space. It was a school trip to the Space Center. They entered the courtyard to watch a film about establishing the National Space Agency. Midway through the screening, lights dimmed and the screen illuminated, an instant that felt like stepping into the cosmos. This was the seed she'd planted. Oliver smoothly suggested they catch a movie together this week. Stepping out of the bar, they shared a deep, lingering kiss. One early morning, Ciara mentioned to her sister she was preparing to make a big score. When they met again, they walked into the cinema to watch a space documentary. After the film ended, Oliver suddenly suggested taking her skydiving. This was precisely the seed Ciara had planted during their last date. They arrived at an unfinished construction site, a project Oliver's company had lost the bid for. In a corner stood a massive industrial fan. Oliver lifted Ciara before the fan and turned her to face the gale. They kissed again. Later, Oliver brought Ciara back to his mansion. Ciara feigned surprise, though she'd already investigated him. But whether those records were true or false, only Oliver himself knew. After intimacy, Ciara noticed a distinct scar on his waist. Oliver explained it was an accident. Late that night, Ciara awoke to find the bed empty. Walking into the living room, she saw Oliver engaged in some kind of exercise. The next morning, as Ciara walked alone on the street, a girl calling herself Jane stopped her, warning that Oliver wasn't the man she imagined him to be. Ciara discreetly photographed her back. Sitting on the subway, she studied the photos repeatedly. Her notebook contained every detail about Oliver. On a blank page, she wrote Jane's name. Sometime later, police received a report. The crime scene was Oliver's apartment. In the bathtub lay a severely decomposed body, reduced to skeletal remains. The room was in utter disarray. Food had long since molded. A green coat hung over a chair. It belonged to Ciara. Inside a pocket was an item, labeled Westbury. So whose body was it? Ciara's or Oliver's? What had transpired between them?